I'm gonna go for what you're talking about. I don't know. I already did all the logistics. Oh, no. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Boom. We're gonna move all the plastic stuff over here. And, no, this stuff will, people will walk through here, drop off all the stuff that these guys need, and somebody else in logistics will kind of move that kind of stuff around. Okay. Cool. So now I know that I need this much. So what's our goal here? We have 2 assemblers, which means that we need to at least have 2 tinker tables for the memory module, because my prediction is that we're going to need more memory next. So let's put another tinker table here and set this to be the small registry bank. Alright, so these guys need spiders or the ants. They do not need the ants. The other guys need the ants. And these guys need spidery ants. But we're actually not doing those yet. So we actually don't really need this just yet. Alright, so let's put that distraction out of the way. Alright, so we do need these things. Let's get organized. And pop that right there. Okay. Cool, so these guys will get all their supplies from this thing, and then we'll put their neighbors. And we can always just move everybody over. And these guys can get all of their stuff from this shelf over here. Since you're a designer, have you worked on a big game, or what games you worked on? Oh, I do mostly like small stuff, like from a research company. So it's a little bit more not like mainstream kind of games. It's more like yeah, like more researchy sort of things. Which doesn't sound as cool, but it is really fun to work, because you never work on the same sort of stuff. It's still a production environment as well, so it can be pretty intense. And a lot of times, you know, we have a little bit of downtime every once in a while, and we just have to kind of pick up the pace with some other researchy things we kind of find. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And okay, so these guys are gonna get these things over here. Alright, I'm kind of fiddling now. Let's keep a gap. And I don't know, we'll just kind of stick that right there. So we can put another table there, maybe. Nice and fiddly. So research papers. I don't write the papers. I do the like mock-ups and stuff like that, and some of the Unreal game development for some of the products, or some of the projects that we actually are awarded. Having design class this semester has been really fun. Not game design, but UI UX design. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, UI UX stuff, I'm more akin to web development and like kind of mobile phones and things. I mean, a lot of it still applies, and I'm not much in the UI programming side of things. It kind of blows my mind, the kind of things that people end up putting together. But that's definitely something that's in my list of stuff to get better at. Right now in my game I'm working on my own time. Actually, I do have a UI problem right now. I just don't know how to make it do the things that I want, and that's a learning point that I'm trying to conquer. Alright, so this all looks pretty good. And we just need to disconnect these things here. You're not connected to anything. We're going to disconnect you. Okay. Alright, so sorry, are you do you have an interest in making your own stuff at home? And you've already been kind of doing stuff? Alright, you guys are gonna get your plastic from here, and then you're gonna turn in right into the same shelf. Okay. And then you guys, plastic and metal, and you, plastic, metal, metal, plastic, and then circuits. Alright. And then somebody in logistics will move the circuits there and the plastic there. Okay. Alright. So you guys need those things too. Alright, so I'm tempted to kind of move these over into this corner. No reason other than just like the relationship of things. This is going to be like kind of raw materials, I'm thinking, and I know these things are going to be going to the game development stuff anyway, so I might as well put it next to the building that's actually going to be using it. Alright, so let's put this over here. Okay, so you guys are going to be outputting onto the same rack right here, and then we need the plastic and the circuits. Okay, so you're gonna get your plastic from here and your circuits from here. Actually, I don't want to turn it into the same rack. Let's put it on a medium rack here. Oops. I'm still indecisive of what area I want to go. I like cybersecurity, but I also like making games. I won a game jam at my university last year. Oh, cool. What was the topic for the game jam? Was it for cybersecurity kind of stuff? Put that there, put that there. Okay. And this shelf also wants that there. Okay. And you guys can get your electronic parts from there. Okay, cool. Alright, so we don't actually need this yet, so we don't have to turn this on. Alright, we're under 20,000 now. Alright, I'm just gonna move this in one. It's okay to be indecisive. I mean, I was going to go to school for, well, originally I was going to go to school for game design, like the programming side of things, and to be a game developer, and that was like the only thing I even knew. And, you know, this was like, I don't know, 10, well, no, it would have been like 12 years ago or something, when I was deciding what school to go to and all that kind of stuff. And art's always been my background, but I was always wanting to be like a game developer. I didn't really know what to do with my art. And so I took a programming class and I literally fell asleep in it. And it was partly because of the professor there, but I had never, previous to that point, I had never fallen asleep in a class. I've always been a mediocre student, in all honesty. I never like applied myself, and I never found myself really interested except for art. But anyway, so I took an art class again in college, and I found that it was really kind of fun. And I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna be a blunt head about it, and you know, I want to do like 3D art and texturing and animation and stuff like that. It was a free topic. We just made a top-down shooter game that had a camera with AI that tried to fit most of the enemies on the screen. Oh, cool. Cool, cool. And Binding of Isaac kind of thing, or Smash TV sort of thing. Cool. Yeah, so I went to school for animation, and the job I got was just like, you know, it was a production environment, but I was like I was the second person there, and then the third. And out of the three of us, we did like this really big project, and I really got the feel of a sort of large production with a really small team. and it just did the same thing over and over and over, texturing, modeling, texturing, modeling, texturing, modeling. And I got so bored. I gotta tell you, I got so bored. But I still enjoyed it. It was still good. What am I doing? I need to do things. All right, I want to start moving people. Anyway, so I got really bored, and it blew my mind that I got bored. And here I was doing my dream job, working in a production environment, working on a game, and I was bored. I mean, eventually I was bored, and not initially. Initially, I was scared. I was so terrified. But once I started getting used to like the workflows and all that kind of stuff, I suddenly just became really bored. And it kind of it opened my eyes to like what that meant. What is it going to mean when you do one primary task, and that's like your job? Like, I'm an animator, I only animate. And for me, yeah, you can get really good at animation, and that is attractive. I'm definitely interested in being a really good animator, but I don't want to only be doing animation. It just sounds kind of tedious, I guess. I mean, eventually you get into your workflow, and when you get into that workflow, you're just kind of doing it. You're just doing it over and over and over again. And that's it, you know? And that was like really, it was kind of eye-opening for me. And I was like, man, how could I think that I would want to work for a huge company, be one of, I don't know, even like 10 people, but we're all animators or something. It just seems so, I don't know. And, you know, so over the past like 10 years, I've been working at this place, and I've built a lot of completely different skills, and it's been a really interesting experience. The fact that I have so many skill sets, I may not be, you know, particularly good in any of them, but I know enough about a lot of different skill sets that allows me to make my own game, and that became like my big motivation moving forward from there. Now I just want to make stuff, and Factorio, actually, funnily enough, just the research you're doing is being used in the industry. Yeah, I mean, it depends on who the client is, but they're using products that help train and stuff like that, and they're currently being used. I don't know the state of all of them, and I'm not privy to talk about them in their particulars, but yeah, they're out there, and they're like client stuff. Alright, what am I doing now? Okay, so I did that thing, I should probably get rid of these guys. Now I can move this guy over to here. Actually, let's put him, oh wait, it was a good one. And this person. And you know that, you know, as you ask me if it's like out in the oh, everything's under NDA and very intense. It's like too much. My portfolio is like, it's like stuff from like 4 years ago. Alright, so we need to hire somebody for this. Oh my god, this was a massive mistake. We're not even reading who we're hiring. We're just blindly hiring people. It's probably a good sign of a successful business. Alright. I'm thinking we're just gonna put all this stuff in here, and then we'll just reconnect everything as we need it. Afterwards. We'll set all the fires and put out the fires. But you touched on something in your question. Yeah. Blindly hiring people equals a successful business. You touched on something though, when you asked it's being used in the industry, you know, when I was younger, I really wanted to be a part of these like big games and stuff, and it blew my mind what these people or these companies were able to put together. And it's still amazing that so many people can work on this one project and put something such like even this is like just amazing. And something so complicated. Oh, this guy, he doesn't have anything else to do. It's just fascinating. And that is a really cool aspect of game development. Just all these different groups coming together. But you touched on something, and that was it's for me it's transitioned from doing it for this big, oh my god, we are on a fast train to having no money. So we have people here. We have people here. So somebody will be walking these plastic things soon. Okay, now that's there. Oh. Why is this guy not doing anything? Which, you're on this, right? You should be taking these over to here. Did I not connect them? They should be connected, right? Yep. Well, I guess I don't need them, though. Oh, wait, I didn't connect up, yeah, we still need these things. Somebody needs to bring those. I forgot about that. Crud. Oh, weirdly enough, they're connected. Okay, now he's grabbed the thing. Yeah, they're connected. Oh, Jerem. You were right. You're always right. You're always right about my mistakes on here. Calling me out. Phase 4. Alright, the game stuff is going to be switching over. At least this is ready. Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay, now they're doing stuff. 8,000! Alright, well... Oh, we don't have... Wait, we do. Somebody's going to be taking the longest road to drop those things off. But we should be producing quite a few. Alright, so this thing needs to be this whole thing. This whole shelf is all about it. And we need to hire a few more people for this thing because there's a lot of walking to have happen. Same for this one. In fact, all these people, alright. Alright, this is gonna be a terrible trick. I'm gonna do that, and now I know who who needs a job. Alright. Because we're not using this shelf anymore. Per 2 items. I usually have one person per 2 items. One person per 2 items. Okay. So... I mean, there's a long walk, though. I'm trying to, like, I want to scatter them. Especially this one. This one's got to go from all the way over here to here. The thing that's going to cause us to go to... cause us to bankruptcy, or go to bankruptcy, is the walk. The amount of walking people are going to be doing. Can I select you? Is it... Oh my goodness. Is it you? Yeah. I'm just going to stick everybody on this thing. I can't? Did I max it out already? Nope. Like every day. Why don't your legs get as beefy as your arms? I guess for some people, I guess it depends on how much you work it. I don't know. I'm not a bodybuilder. Maybe it just doesn't look as proportionally extreme or something. Or where is this guy? I can't click him. Oh my god. I made all the worst decisions that I couldn't be making. I did it. We found the bad decisions. I really want an undo key. I want to do Control Z. Like an hour's worth of Control Z. Oh, we don't have anybody on this thing. Oh my god. Come on, Dave. I don't know if your name is Dave, but I'm gonna call you Dave. You need work too? Oh my goodness, yeah. That we needed Dave to go to there because that was actually the source for the simple circuits. I think we're okay now. I don't see any more lazy people or sleepy people. Look at that. Production's starting to happen again. Oh my god, 10,000. Ow. That hurts. That real hurts. It's called Reload a Save Game. I only have autosave. And it only does it 8 o'clock. Yeah, that just happens. And that's from yesterday. So I can save a minute. Alright, Simple Circuits should be getting better. Look, he's already delivering another delivery here of Simple Circuits. Alright, this lady is bored, but not so bored. Look at this. It's working. It's starting to work. It's not. Do these guys have... Are these guys bottlenecking? These guys should not be bottlenecking. Ever. And they are. Okay, so I think they're bottlenecking... Let's see, they need 4 each, so they need 16, and there was 50 in here. We have, you know, a lot of people in here, but they could all be walking. They're all going walkabout. So now we have 2 people, 30... This is definitely connected. You guys know where to get the circuits from, right? They're right here. There's 50 of them sitting right in the shelf. What? Oh wait, there's none. Okay. Alright, there's none on here, so we need to move... Let's move Matthew, what's his name, onto this thing, and let's put one of these guys in here. We're just frantic. We're frantically trying to make up our money. We're making up some money here because we're at 1,300 instead of 10,000. We should be producing circuits like mad. Angry circuits. The most angry circuits of circuits. We only need 1 person on here, so let's put another person on this guy. So 1 person per 2 items. So I'm gonna interpret that as stack. I'm not sure how much people can hold. Let's see how much this guy gets. He grabbed 40. All right, so the game device has moved forward. Oh my gosh, we're at 12,000. It's so sensitive. I feel like I didn't do that much, and now it's just the company is just going under. There's 5 in there. Okay, so we do need 2 people. Alright, hey, let's take a little break here and design the next game device. Alright, this is going to be gas blast. This is probably going to be our last one. Hey, look, it's actually 4.6 marketable right now. So the only thing we have to do is slightly increase display fidelity. That's crazy. We're not making anything. We're not making the gas blast. Wait, where'd it go? Did this? Oh, I didn't save it. Alright, so we didn't finish the design. We're just gonna keep selling it as is. Alright, let's go to our market thing, and not the calculator, the game device. So this device was actually way ahead of its time. So we can drop the price just a smidge, like $20. And it should still sell like hotcakes. That's actually a little bit of relief. When's the calculator going to be upgrading? We have a little bit of time. All right, we're coasting. We are coasting our money right now. It's starting to stabilize a little bit. A little bit. There's 9, and there's 8 here. So we are producing simple circuits really, really fast. They're just not being delivered necessarily on time, probably because it's so far away. We have 1 here. We could probably use 2 of these things, but how much time we wait for people to kind of walk around. Oh, we need a research project. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to. I don't know if we're gonna survive to robotics, honestly. Yeah, so I should probably include it into the title. It'll be next Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's what Twitch should say. I have like a little schedule-y thingy. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is gonna be the new schedule. I was doing Fridays, but I kind of wanted everything to be kind of back to back. I feel like I had more interaction with people and stuff with the timing back to back. And next week, you'll enjoy to know, or you'll like to know that I'm going to be playing Frostpunk, and I've only watched D9 TV play it, and not even all of it, just some of it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yes, your excitement is feeding me excitement, and there's a lot of excitement going on. It's good. All right, so we're going to research next. I don't know what to. I haven't been this far. I don't know what's important. I mean, we could kind of make up some of the slack with the mechanics stuff. I mean, I don't know. I haven't even used these yet. I didn't even survive the campaign. The mechanics stuff in the campaign. So hype. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm really excited, particularly regarding how simple the mechanics are in that game and how effective. It feels like it's a really streamlined like design. So I'm really excited to get that full experience. Look at this. We are on the other end of this now. We're positive. You're gonna fail more times and you have gone bankrupt in this game. Don't scare me. It'll be fun. Our novicery will be exposed full front end there. All right. So game device, we are fine. Calculator is about to switch over, but we are ready. We have a little pocket over here. We're good. We can start putting stuff in this building too. Okay. Alright, we're starting to pile stuff in. Good, good. Okay. All the calculator 4. I don't know what the calculator is gonna want next. Alright, so our income is not 10,000 again. It's not negative 10,000 though. Like, we are way overproducing these circuits things now. Alright, so let's take Michael Black off, since there's plenty of circuits, and let's put you on this logistics node for now. Preemptively, let's go ahead and increase the bandwidth of the circuits, because we do need a good amount of them. We don't need plastic parts yet. And I think the calculator is just advanced here. Alright, let's check out what the new demands for calculators are now. Let's duplicate that, and let's go to Cal Mark 5. Alright, new demands. Nothing. Did I pick the wrong thing? Oh wait, the calculator hasn't advanced yet. What was that message for? Was it a milestone? It's probably a milestone. Oh, I can't change the name now? Doesn't already exist. What happened? You can preemptively make it. Okay, there it goes. That was odd. Alright. You can sell overproduced modules. I have something to say about that. That usually gives us a good surplus of money. I 100% agree. However, I don't... Oh no. We're starting to dwindle in the simple circuits again. I don't get it. Because you can't prioritize when you take it out of a shelf. So the way that kind of is starting to make sense in my mind about like how... Oh my gosh, we are still losing money. Oh, we're climbing extremely slowly. If we open this up for simple circuits, maybe we'll have enough, like, stack. I mean, people should be, like, pick up and go, pick up and go, pick up and go. And it's almost working that way. What is this thing on? We have so many people over here. We should never... Oh, you know what? This thing needs to have 2 stages. So you can't... It's a little bit buggy. Everyday people complain about it on Discord. Oh, okay. Yeah, like you can't like say when it's half full, or just take one of the blocks of the bandwidth, and I can fill it with 2 blocks, and then just take the second block to surplus. You kind of have to bring it from one shelf to another, but again, you can't prevent it from just zeroing out all the time. So I tried it, but then all that ended up happening was I would just sell simple circuits, and that's it. I would never produce anything because it would always take it away from the assemblers. So the way I think to make it work is to do the prioritization into a buffer. So you have your priority go into the sort of primary shelf. So in this case, it would be the shelf here for the assembly machine, for assembly. And then you would second prioritize into another shelf that would then be moved into the sold area. Community wiki now, that the community can contribute to. All right, that's good news, actually. So discussing that sounds like I already knew what to do. I just came up with that. I kind of want to try that now, especially in the game development stuff. Before, there we go. Now the calculator has advanced forward. What does everybody want now? Again, we're not far from it. Looks like everything needs just a slight bump. Okay. I think I'm just gonna say no to the screen. And as for the battery, which shape? I don't think I've used this one yet. Double stack. Okay, I have used it once. I kind of wish that the in excess kind of also influenced the value. Oh yeah, I know. I guess you You kind of don't, do you? I mean, does it sell just as much as 4 as if it was a 5? I know the value is only like 20 bucks or something, so that part I can see why you would not necessarily need 5 stars. The rating only affects the amounts, not the price. The amount, but not the price. So the market rating, as far as I understand, is how likely somebody's gonna buy it. I mean, I've had stuff sit on the outgoing because nobody was actually buying it when it was at like 3 or something, and it was like too much money. So like, as an experiment, I mean, we're doing kind of okay. So we could just take a look at our Mark IV, and we shouldn't see all of these being sold. Above you see weekly demand, on the right you see how many you're gonna sell. Weekly demands on the right. Above you see weekly demand, and on the right you see how many we're going to sell. Potential sales next week. Yeah, okay, so I suppose it's true to an extent, right? As long as we sell more than what ends up bottlenecking us because we can't put it on the out shelf, right? That's what kind of makes sense to me. So we can drop the price just by a little bit, just so that because otherwise every time the truck's gonna come, he's gonna leave 2 behinds. And 2 shipments, that means 4 behinds. And 4 shipments, that means 8 behinds. And it's gonna eventually like kind of like the rolling thing on the conveyor belts, is just gonna end up getting like a backlog. And I don't know, I'm kind of curious to see if this kind of changes, you know? I mean, between like every shipment. Oh my god, we have no money. You don't have any cases? Whoa. There's 80. There's 1. Are you guys turning in somewhere else? Why aren't you guys doing anything? Oh, you're turning yours into there. Oh my goodness. Come on. What a novice thing to do. And now we're losing money. Oh, this is going so well. So well. Oh, so they need more. Hold on. Target inventory is full? I promise. I already connected you. Yeah. Target area isn't full. Oh, that also doesn't help. You need to get your plastic from here. Is this carrying a different kind of case? No. This lady, I'm about to fire her. She's not working. Another interesting one. What's your take on loot boxes or freemium games for that matter? That's a huge topic. Loot boxes, I don't know. They're okay. I'm not a big cosmetic person. I don't like cosmetics. I don't really care what my character looks like. All right, this lady's getting fired. Boom. Yeah, she's not working. You are gonna work on here, and I hope you're gonna be a better employee. Where? Oh, that's the one I fired. We don't fire anyone in this company. I know. But she didn't do anything. She wasn't doing anything. Look, now the new person is turning it in. Yeah? I think she's taking advantage of our policy. We gotta strike a little bit of fear in the rest of the employees here. Getting a little too lax. I don't think they understand that the company's actually going under. Like, last time we went up to 20,000, now we just went up to 3. Is our game device, like, behind or something? Why aren't we making enough money here? 19, 18, 22, 18. How is this getting worse? Oh wait, that's a 3. Why isn't this, like, up here? Logistics connected correctly? Yeah. I mean, this person is doing their job now. Look, she's not waiting around. She's not going, oh, the stock is too much in there. There's 2. There's 2 things in there. All right, we don't have any bottleneck anymore on the calculators. We should be producing 20. Right? Oh, well, maybe simple circuits are still a bottleneck. Nope. They're good now. We have a steady stream. Like, these people are just waiting. They just can't wait to transfer that. We probably have too many people on this logistics thing. Maybe we can put more people on another logistics thing? I don't know, to help out somewhere else. I mean, they're just standing around. Let's see. Let's see if, yeah, that guy isn't doing anything. There's nobody standing around over here. Maybe it'd be more useful there. Oh, we're not researching anything again. I totally missed that noise. Oh, you gotta get going. Alright, Arterum. That was a lot of fun. I forgot to finish the rest of your question. I'm sorry. Ask me again next time. Have a good night. Okay. Let's see. That is way too expensive up there. What's next? What's next? I don't think anything's next. I don't know what to do that's next. I don't know what to do, but I don't know. We apparently can do the ridiculous case here, which is actually the minimum case for the robot. What's this thing? Memory bank. We're kind of steadily, not steadily at all. Actually, let's look at our income here. We took a big dip. See, now we're still making a lot of money. It's just not going in our bank because we keep spending more. We're worth 400,000. Wow. Look at that. I don't know if that's impressive or not. I'm impressed. I mean, considering we're selling calculators for $1,000, I guess that is pretty expensive. Like, we have we're overstock in green circuits. We've kind of flattened out again. Oh, batteries. All right, so let's put our research person on the battery shelf over here, and that should help get that back going. Oh, I need to reconnect all the things. Hold up. Hold the phone. Oh, you need chemicals. You don't need chemicals. I think I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna move this guy over here and you over here. Because I think there's some parts here that you can use. Yep, this shelf. Okay. And you're gonna turn in to there. Now you, oops, here, we're gonna disconnect all 3 of these and that one. And you're gonna grab your chemicals from there, your plastic and metal. You're gonna turn it in right there. Boom. Should be good. Should be good. All right, we made $60 in our $400,000 valued company. We made 60 bucks. This is a full stop. What happened here? Why don't you have, oh, you don't have anything to do because I don't have a research project. That makes sense. That's fine. All right, well, I don't know what to research here, but I guess we'll start doing more of the robotic stuff. Man, I want to see that profit go up. All right, we're good for calculators, we're good for game stuff. I see it's taking longer, and the amount of days before the market actually loses interest actually increases. That's good. That's good. All right, who are you? That is probably the actually, we don't need the simple circuits in here. Disconnect that. All right, look at this pile. So is it that our company is just too big? Like it's costing more money to stay open than how many calculators we're selling and game devices and stuff? I really want to... We're getting so close. We are trending down. Ooh. We are definitely trending down. Alright. Alright, we have way too many dudes over there. They need plastic. Alright, let's put somebody on this. This is our plastic shelf. Alright, so let's pop this open. Pew, boop. Yep. Pew, boop. Nope. Let's see. Do we have a slot for plastics? Alright, they're right there. So somebody can just move that over there. And this is the least priority. But I don't know why that key is so loud. I'm not tapping it really hard. But it keeps like going through. It's like just the right tone to go through the filter cut. So are they also in need of the LED matrix? We have too many of them. Alright, so somebody can move that into there, and that is the lowest priority. Maybe they'll find a balance here. So we made 20,000, and now we're creeping back down to 7. I feel like we don't have an excess of any of these little modules, other than the LED matrix. I'm just hoping we can start feeding this LED matrix just so that our assemblers don't get bogged down. Oh my god, that's $500 less than it was before. Oh look, we're starting to go down. We're trending down. Huh. Does it cost money to do research? I'm assuming no. But I've assumed a lot of things about this game. Alright, let's see here. I'm on like the very passive, like going, oh, it doesn't matter what we research because we're gonna go bankrupt. I kind of have that very sliver of attitude, kind of trying to seep in right now. It's just right in the back of my mind, just going, your company's gonna fail. Your company's gonna fail. Why Do you think there's no LED matrix? That was never connected. What? Whoops. Whoops. My bad. My B. So 3 left. 3 left in this the slots here. And 2 left over there. So we have 5. So it looks like we are right back to our high production. We are bankrupt. It has happened. We are now bankrupt. If we don't do something different, we will fail in 30 days. All right, so what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Well, I guess we won't fail in 30 days because we keep going out of bankruptcy, but we are trending low. So eventually we will always be bankrupt. It's going up again. I don't really get that. All right, it's still selling really, really well. Are we actually selling this whole palette? I don't know how many of those things have been remains. I kind of remained from the last one. So 20. And we can fit 24. All right. So the cleaning device has advanced to phase 2. And it's about halfway to phase 3. See, this is the feeling that I was getting the first time I was playing this, which was we have to move forward. We have to hit the next market. We have to make cleaning devices. And if we don't, we're just going to lose, because how much more money you can make off of it is twice as much. So that's something I don't quite understand. These aren't increasing in cost. So, but it seems like it costs more money to run the factory longer, like for a longer period of time. The longer we're running, the more expensive it is. And maybe it's because it costs more money to develop each of these products, because we're making the same amount of money. Is that right? So 840? Hold on, 840. We are always asking for the same amount of money? Well, there's your answer. That's the answer. So yes, you do have to follow the market. If you don't follow the market, you will fail. Because you can't charge for more money for a better product. You always sell it at the exact same price. You will only ever make $841 as a maximum for a calculator. I didn't make that connection before. That's a little disappointing. I mean, because we don't have control over how much it costs to manufacture things. Everything still costs the same amount. We can't find new technology so that we don't use so much plastic or we don't use so much metals. There's no technology that allows us to do those kinds of things. Everything always costs the same amount, and we just have to be able to make more interesting products that have a higher value to the consumer. Even though we are improving the existing products, we only can sell it for a certain amount. And right now we're trending up again, just because we've become more efficient, thankfully. Now we don't have enough matrix, LED matrix, but now LED matrix is plentiful over there. Explain that. I don't get that one. This is priority 1. All right. So, that being said, it's going to increasingly cost more and more money to develop the same product than it would be to advance forward in the next product. So, we have to start thinking about the cleaning product. Alright. Can we actually make this now? Alright, this is going to be... Happy Cleaner? Or, Brave Cleaner. Brave Clean. Yeah. Let's do Brave Cleaner. Alright, so... What do you guys want? You want mobility. Boom, we got mobility in there. Processor, we need 1.4, which is ridiculous. But okay, so programmable circuit is only 0.5. That is insane. That is crazy. That is such a massive change. We've gone from requiring like 0.4, 0.5 across the board, and now we have to fit or satisfy 1.4. That is nuts. That is absolutely crazy. This is the first product that we've made. The other one was only 1.2. See, this tells me that the entire factory should have changed over, and we should have just stopped making calculators. Boom, right there. Just done with calculators and move on to game devices. I think that's like the pacing that the game actually wants you to do. Data storage. And memory bank is 0.5. That's overkill. I mean, we could do this and then we don't have to do anything more because it just works when we get there. Look, we can put a display right here. Little LED matrix right there. Yeah, look how much this requires. Each product requires 43, 32, and 115. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the current calculator requires a lot less. But we make a lot less money on it too. But not even half the amount. Alright, this is what we're making then. So we need more tables. We need a lot more tables. We can probably do some tinker stuff. We need 2 of these things per unit. Maybe we can start small. The Brave Cleaner. Alright, so we have to hire more people for this stuff over here. The simple circuits are a very high need, and the programmable circuits, I think, are a little bit less of a need. I kind of want to downgrade these tables. I thought I saw this number move when I clicked on this. Alright, let's go ahead and sell these. And that gives us a little bit of money back, and let's put in tinker tables. I don't think that's what we did. Nope. Hold on. We're gonna move that over there. And put that right here. Okay. Put another tinker table right here. Okay, these guys are gonna be doing logic circuit. Logic. Logic. And logic. Alright. We have a lot of people standing around. I think we should be able to find people to kind of move around a little bit. Okay, so now this is going to be our programmable circuits. So we're going to need 4. We need a small shelf, not positioned that way. Alright, so all these are going to be connected to that. This is going to be programmable, programmable, program, program. Alright, so this guy, He's just kind of hanging out. This lady, this lady. Whoops. This guy. Alright, he can move there. We can grab one of these people. That person can go there. Okay. I think right here, that's pretty much all we can move. Oh wait, we don't want to put a table there. It covers our shelf over there that we need. I'm just gonna hire people. I'm not gonna fiddle about. Okay, so simple, you're gonna get it from there. You're gonna get your simple from there. You get your simple from there. And same for you. Alright, let's just close all these. Just one stack, so somebody's got to move those in there and these in here. So let's increase the stack to 2 for the electronic parts. Alright, so you're gonna get your bits from there and your bits from there. And this is the output. And you. And you. Okay. Plastic here. That there. Electronic parts here. Plastic here. Okay. And now you need your bits. Here's your plastic or your electronic parts and your plastic. Okay, cool. So now you guys, or somebody needs to move this to over here. And then you guys are going to get your logic circuit from here. Logic. And logic. And logic. Alright, cool. So somebody's going to move these circuits over. We already have two sets of them in our bandwidth, so I think it's going to be okay. Put that there, put that there, put that there, put that there. Okay, so the next thing we need is spiders. Or ants if you prefer. And then somebody needs to move that over here. Alright, and then we won't worry about that just yet. Okay, so now we have to hook up the spiders. So the spiders, let's see, these things we need 5, but we make 50 at a time. So let's try with the Tinker Table first, because that's what we can afford. We'll start with 1. Alright, so somebody's gonna move the items from here. Oops. Go into logistics mode. Alright, so we need plastic, and we need electronic parts. Okay, so you can get your plastic from here and electronic parts from here. And then your turn-in will be in this shelf. And then somebody else is responsible for putting that onto this shelf. And that way we have a little bit of a buffer. Alright, so a whole stack is 250. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so the marching ants will go over here. And we'll move those marching ants over onto this shelf. Okay. Whoop. And then these guys will get satisfied with this thing over here. Okay. Alright. Everything's all hooked up now. So we don't have a output yet. I mean, we're not using the programmable circuits yet. We kind of just have it set up and ready to go. Alright, let's put somebody on this table. Okay. Oh man, there's still so many things to do. Alright. What else do we need for the Brave Cleaner? Let's plop down a assembler. It's a little bit easier to get to. Not that. Just plop this down in the middle of the room. We're gonna give this guy the Brave Cleaner. So programmable circuits we have. The next thing is small step motor. All right, so I guess we can't make them on a tinker table. That's unfortunate. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. Small step motor. Where do we make that? Oh, the basic workbench. Wow. Really? We can't make it on a tinker? Oh my gosh, I don't know if we can do this. I don't know if we have enough money. Okay, so small step motor. It needs a mechanical part, a rod, and some metal. Alright, so the tinker table, we should be able to make a rod. There you go. And we also need this mechanical part. Can we make that with the tinker table? No. We have to use a basic workbench. Oy. Alright. And you make 5. And in order to make this, we need screws and a gear. Oh my gosh, this is just crazy. Alright. Gears and screws. Okay. This is the chain for us to make this. Okay. So we just need to place these. We still have a little bit of money. This is going to be memory stuff. So I guess we'll just put this over here. And for right now, this is going to be a one-off. Alright, let's move this back. And... Alright, so these can be over here. Because both of these feed into this. These guys need the extra parts though. So let's move these over maybe. And put this guy over here. And this guy over here. So these guys are going to turn in on the shelf, and these guys are going to get their stuff off of the big shelf over here. So we could save a little bit of room by doing that. And yeah, I think that's it. So that way they're individually making gears and screws as needed to the shelf. Ooh. Oh, they need a pole. And you also need pipes. And you need gears and screws. Alright, I guess it doesn't matter. They're all gonna have to go back to the shelf. Alright. So, screws, gears, mechanical, gear, pipe, and then the small step motor. Alright. There's still quite a lot, but there's a lot of stuff. I'm thinking we'll just put this over here and they'll all share this. Because we're gonna need a lot of metals and stuff like that. So let's put that metal in there. This needs pipes. So you can get it from the same place you're turning in. This needs metal. You get the metal from there. And you need screws and gears. And you need metal. And then you need the mechanical gear things, pipes, and you need metal. Okay. So I think this is pretty much... I don't know. I don't know how this could be really any better. So we can hire all those people. That's set up. Now what's next? Let's put down another assembly. Not that. Alright. So, and we also need a logic circuit, which means one of these needs to be upgraded. Alright. So hopefully there's going to be a slight excess of logic circuits. Alright. And a memory bank and the enhanced case. There's no way we can afford this. We have $2,700 right now. I think we need to make more money before we really can start doing this. All these things are hooked up. That's hooked up. And we have it as a fairly high bandwidth. So somebody should be moving that over. Alright, so we have a little bit of cash right now. Let's do the memory stuff. Tinker tables only. Okay. So to make the registry, so we need the memory bank. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, so register array needs small registry bank and an integrated circuit. Alright. So we're gonna plop this down. Not just yet. I might be able to just get it. Whoa. Camera freaked out. Probably saved. Pop that in there. Okay. And so you can get your plastic from there and your memory array from there. And then somebody can move the plastic, not the plastic, these guys from this shelf into this shelf. And then that's where you get your ants. Okay. So we're not gonna decide on where we're gonna put that just yet. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of the second table. We don't have to overproduce yet. I'm just trying to scrape by here. Okay. Hey, it's Legacy. Hello. Make sure logistics cover all the shelves. That will be... You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for reminding me. That'll be the pass before I hit go. Alright, because I don't know where everything's going to be just yet. How you doing, It's Legacy? It's good to see ya. Or hear ya? Read ya? Unnecessary joke. Okay, so we have that. Alright, so he's satisfied. Now the next one, we're going to need another tinker table. Or not a tinker table. Because we can't make the memory bank with a tinker table. Memory bank, electronics workbench. Great. Under 20,000 now. Alright, memory bank. Alright, so you need ants and circuits. Alright, so you can get your circuits from... Whoopsie. From here. You get your... we haven't decided where we're going to put that yet. I'll probably put another shelf there. And you can get your ants here. And, okay. So I'm going to move this over. We're going to add a whole other shelf here. Right next to it. Did it like scroll down or something? No. Okay. And then one of these shelves will be where we put our output. And the other one will be like resources here. Okay, so this is the final thing. Let's go ahead and plop that into there. Okay. All right, there's our memory. All right, so now we have enhanced case. Endless. Oh, the game froze. Oh, well, I guess it's a good time. It's a good time as any to go ahead and close this out. Well, that's unfortunate. It is a beta, and so it's understandable to have a few crashes here and there. There it goes. Complete crash. That's okay. We're getting close. It's Legacy. I don't know if you've been hanging out for a bit, but we're basically making just enough money to make 17,000, and then we go bankrupt again, and then we make enough just so that we have 17,000, and then we go bankrupt again. That's currently our cycle. And one thing that I might have kind of figured out, it's been kind of racking my brain a little bit, thinking about why is it that you have to keep up, not necessarily with the phases. I mean, you do have to keep up with the phases, but you can't just make calculators. You will fail. And the reason why is because as the calculators get more advanced, it costs more money to make them. Seems like the calculators needs to go. Well, it's an interesting discussion because I don't necessarily think that they need to go. I think the cost needs to change. Something about how much money it costs to make these things needs to change. Whether it's a efficiency thing, like different tables or different people discover, or new research, or you invest in research that's not just parts, but also kind of ideas. So like manufacturing methods that use less plastic or use less metal. Because I think that's the underlying problem that ends up happening is as you increase the different like types of memory and all that kind of stuff, you end up just using more and more raw materials. And as you use more raw materials, the cost goes up. But the device never goes up in cost. Calculators are always $845 or whatever it is. And game devices are always $1,000, no matter what level of advancement it is. Which is, you know, it does kind of mimic reality. I mean, gaming consoles have been the same price for a long time. I think the Freeplay is supposed to be like a full run through the game over the campaign. That's how it feels. No, I completely agree. The part that I don't agree with their kind of this kind of direction, it's not necessarily right. It's just an opinion, right? The part I don't really like is that the phases are kind of a red herring, meaning you don't have to run through the phases other than surviving to the next product. But eventually, like when the game stuff comes out, you should stop making calculator and just make gaming devices. And when the robots come out, you should stop making gaming devices and just make robots. That's what it seems like what the market like kind of pushes you to do. And I don't know, I think that kind of cheapens each of the individual products. I mean, you're kind of propelling the player to run out of content, essentially, because you have this phases mechanic that's almost completely nullified by the market out marketing you or out costing you, or whatever that term ends up being, because you can't just keep making calculators. So eventually the phases are going to continue to increment, but you won't care because it's just way too expensive to make calculators. You can't compete with the market because it's just too expensive. And I felt like I played fairly decently until about an hour ago. I bought another building and I went to ramp up my production because my thought was, if I can increase my output for the calculators, it's like as he says, I wonder how long you can make calculators before you go bust. I felt like I was already hitting. Oh, it's on the screen too. I put it there. Like I was saying, I feel like I was actually performing pretty well this free play, and I feel like if I didn't go into the game stuff, I would have started struggling. And I think in order to actually start making a profit, you'd have to make more. But once you start making more, the cost continues to go up. So it's almost, I think you end up hitting bankruptcy faster the faster you grow. There's a certain point, there's a balance, I think, for how much you make for the calculators and then how much it costs to make the calculators. It's a little bit of a cascading effect. It's not very free if you have to follow their directions through phases. Exactly. It would be nice to make what you want. Exactly. Yes, that's exactly it. It's legacy. And that was my first interpretation, is that the market was kind of like a guide, a thing, a disruptor, right? It imposes restrictions on you to kind of rethink how to make calculators. And I see it's actually that it's a guide. You need to do this now. And the red herring is the phases, because the phases are not, I think the phases needs a little bit of work. I think the cost or the price should go up, and if anything, it could start lower. You know, maybe the calculators aren't worth 800 right off the bat, and maybe there's 10 phases, and the maximum amount that you can make is 10. And then maybe certain parts should add more value. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, that kind of comes back to a few of our previous discussions, where I kind of wish you can develop your own batteries instead of researching batteries. I want to research myself developing batteries. And right now, the modules don't dictate the ultimate value, marketed value. We're going over specifics, could sell for extra, or specifications. Exactly, that was just about to mention that. If I want to make it really high battery life, there's no value. It just caps out right at whatever the market's looking for. Yeah, I mean, it's early access. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more balancing. I mean, people are already speedrunning and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of really, really good foundational things. Just a little tweak here and there to give value to phases. I think phases right now is just not very valuable. And I keep going back to Factorio. But I mean, Factorio, or add demand rather than value. Yes, exactly. That's actually a pretty good solution. Yeah, increase demands, and then you have to meet that demands. Because there's a limited amount that you can sell per week. That's the other part that's kind of imposing a restriction on you. And I think between not increasing the demands and not cutting costs, or having any way to cut cost, and not being able to design fully what kind of thing you are creating, kind of guides you into bankruptcy. The game gets increasingly more challenging for the wrong reasons, I think. It's not bad to become more challenging over time, but I think it's the reasons being that the market has basically decided that we don't want calculators anymore because we're just asking for too much. I think is sending the wrong thing. It's the wrong message there. I don't think that's really the direction that I imagine they would want to go into. And I keep going back to Factorio. Like, Factorio, I think, is a interesting example of how you can change your manufacturing costs. You should just keep this Freeplay as a campaign. Actually, I respectfully disagree with that, and add another more free mode. Yeah, I would definitely like another free mode, but have you played Factorio, its legacy? One thing that I really wish Factorio had was a campaign. And I really love that this feels so much like Factorio, but it gives you objectives to hit that you don't just make up. So I really like that there's a campaign. I think the real fun is in the free play, though. I would agree with that part. Unfortunately, I have not. Okay. It's not too much. I think it's like 30. Every time they do a massive update, they do like a sale. And their final price when it is released as 1.0, I think is going to be a full $40 or $50. I think right now it's 30, and back in 2013 it was like $20. So they've been gradually increasing the cost. If you love automation games, you would absolutely love Factorio. I have well over 400 hours in that game. It actually got me into programming. It got me to say to myself that I can program. Not in code, obviously. But like thinking logically and stuff like that. But Factorio, like it kind of exposes the otherwise hidden things that are in this game. Like, where do you get your plastic from? How effectively can you get your plastic? And you can effectively reduce the cost of plastic by just getting more plastic. You can oversaturate the market with plastic so that the demands can remain high, but not higher than what's available, which will effectively reduce its cost. And things like that, I think, I don't think that really applies to this game, but Factorio, I think, has a system that shows that from acquiring your materials all the way down to the final product, you have full control over the entire process. And what that means for this game, if whatever that answer might be, if you can reduce the costs of your plastics and your metals and things like that, you should be able to continue making calculators and be competitive. I think it wasn't yesterday, it was on Tuesday. I was speaking with Oterim, and we're talking about having like competing companies and stuff, like fictitious companies that you would compete against. I could see this having like a skirmish mode where you'd be like company versus company, and you're the only two companies that are making calculators or something, and you're price gouging each other. You're trying to price gouge the market. You're trying to undercut your competitor. You're trying to, like, if you offer your calculator a little bit less and then people buy your calculators. I think that would be kind of interesting too. That would be a fun free mode, I think, or a skirmish mode. And I think this free mode, it needs a little bit of tweaking for phases, and it needs a little bit of tweaking as far as like how much money it costs to make stuff and how much you can offer your calculator. Online versus mode could be cool. Yeah, like two competing companies, and but would be a bit long. Yeah, I wonder how long that would be. That's true. That would not be a 20-minute like StarCraft session or something. It wouldn't even be a 40-minute session. That would be like a 10-hour Risk game or something. Yeah, that maybe that wouldn't work. They could do like maybe a fast version. Maybe if you like undercut your opponent by so much they never sold a calculator, they're just pouring all their money into the company, and of course that would end up being like the main win condition. Yeah, that's a pickle. That would be an interesting thing to mull over. But all right. So next week, it's Legacy. I don't know if you'd be interested, but next week I'm gonna be playing Frostpunk. For the time being, probably until the next like big update, I'm gonna be shelving Good Company for a little bit. So Frostpunk next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I think I'm doing that for the next 2 weeks. Look at my handy dandy calendar. Let's see, Frostpunk next week, and Frostpunk, I'm estimating it could stretch a little bit longer. My plan is to go through the main story. So I'm planning on getting it finished by Tuesday the 12th in May. So it's gonna be a week and a day. Yeah. Hey, good chat. It's Legacy. Thanks for hanging out. See you next week, maybe. Cool. Have a good night. And for everyone else, I'm going to go ahead and close out here. And if you haven't seen already, I have a little YouTube link down there. I have all the archive things on there. And there's like a Twitter thing there and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll be showing again 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. And I'm really trying to work my outros. All right, well, have a good night, evening, morning, however this may find you. All right, bye.